Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the Toubou Black community.
Again, we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
Welcome to Africa Diaspora News Channel. My name is Lynient Akotonou making this report. Let's talk about one of those Sahel states, not Burkina Faso this time around, because we all know about Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore, but little is said about Niger or Mali. This time around, let's talk about Niger and the uranium. Yes, Niger, in a bold move, has kicked France out of their country. The government has said no to looting their resources. Niger has a significant uranium reserve and is a major global producer of minerals. In 2022, they produced about 2,020 tons of uranium, placing them as the top producer of uranium in Africa. Not just in Africa and globally, but despite being one of the top producers of uranium, they are still one of the poorest countries in Africa. And your guess is as good as mine. They were being exploited. Now let's go into details. Urano, formerly Areva, began the mining of Niger's uranium in 1971 through its established subsidiary, that's Somer. Yes, that's the company mining the uranium in Niger. Well, Colonial, another Urano subsidiary, began mining operations in 1978 but ceased operations in 2021, that's in Niger. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Somer is 63.4% owned by Urano, that's France, while 36.6% is owned by Niger. Uranium was actually discovered in Niger by a French researcher who was looking for copper in 1957. See this, Urano owns 63.4% of Somer, that's the subsidiary in Niger. Now, it was reported that from the launch of the mines in 1971 to 2024, Urano has actually enriched itself with 86.3% uranium from Niger. Yes, you heard that right. So they enriched themselves with 86.3%. That's almost 90% of their uranium. Come on now. So how much of uranium was actually left for Niger? The French-owned company has actually been enriching itself with uranium from Kazakhstan. That's the largest producers of uranium. So 87% of their uranium goes to French. From the Niger angle, 20% of their uranium goes to French. And from Uzbekistan, 19% of their uranium goes to French. So France has actually been sitting high on its throne and enriching itself with the resources of these countries. Wonderful, right? Just sit down there and I'll feed you. That's what they've been doing. Niger's significant move might actually have global repercussions, but who cares? So long they fight for what is theirs. Now, what's the reason for them doing this? Let's check it out. Let's not forget that after the coup in 2023, their relationship became strained. And at this point, they are moving to nationalize their uranium as it should be. At some point, France had to pull out the workers from Niger because they were scared for their lives. Now, let's see this. Faced with irresponsible, illegal, and unfair behavior by Urano, a company owned by French state, a state openly hostile towards Niger since July 26, 2023. The government of Niger has decided in full sovereignty to nationalize Somer, the authorities said. They should say no more. We know it. We understand. That's what these guys have been doing. The West, these foreign entities, they come to your state, an African state, and they enrich themselves with the resources of Africa. So you actually think that France has everything, not knowing they've been enriching themselves from here and there. If it was a 50-50 thing, or you take 70% since it's yours and we take 30%, it would have been understandable. But no, how will you take 90? Is it 86.3%? From the launch to 2024, 63.4% is actually owned by France. That means any produce they get, France gets the largest share. Whatever they do, France gets the largest share. That's wrong. And I'm glad they are now seeing for themselves. Because when they leave your country, you use the revenue generated from this uranium to take care of your country. You get to take care of it's your resources. You use it for your country and not the other way around. Imagine, I will now be begging for my resources from France. No. What do you have to say about the story? Comment below and do not forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn